Good morning and good night. Thanks again for downloading the Body Snatchers podcast. And when you listen, stream, or download straight to your device, Castbox is your best option. Castbox is a free platform on your computer or mobile device that promotes podcasts just like ours to millions of listeners worldwide. Go to the App Store or Google Play and look for the orange symbol. If you're listening on your computer, go to castbox.fm and look for our show. Remember, if you like what you hear today, don't forget to subscribe and comment. So let's get started with Steve, Tino, Gia, and John with the news. Enjoy the show.
I want to line the pieces up. Yours and mine.
All right, everyone. What's going on out there? Hope everyone's safe with the squad of hurricanes attacking mankind past week. Got a lot of family in Cali. Hope they're all good. Got no family in Florida, so
they're fine. It's the water tribe, probably in retaliation or something.
It's something. At least we're praying, right?
So Florida's the water tribe and California is the fire tribe?
Fuck no. When I say water tribe, I'm saying wherever them motherfuckers came from. They're shooting that shit up towards Florida. Fuck Florida.
Wasn't there a third hurricane somewhere?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I don't even watch the news anymore, even though I took a bunch of meteorology classes.
There's classes.
There's been a couple memes floating around. There's like one with the news is showing that Hurricane Jose is also heading towards Florida or something. And then other than that, it has the picture
that
of
won't
Trump.
Be good for him.
Trump.
We built a wall.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty fucking fun.
You and me have two very different ideas of funny. You insensitive piece of shit.
Yeah, John is a piece of shit. So the website is bodysnatcherspodcast.com. That's bodysnatcherspodcast.com. Everything we are, you'll find there along with links to our show through your preferred method. All right, John, you got some news?
Yeah, just kind of one thing today I wanted to talk about. This whole PewDiePie thing. I'm not sure if anybody else is, or I'm sure other people have heard of it, but for those who don't know who PewDiePie is, he's a YouTuber who's been around for some years now, and basically all he does is just kind of live stream random video games, stuff like that. And I don't even...
What exactly, what happened with that exactly? Because I heard about it. Years ago, I used to watch like a couple of his videos here and there. I've never really thought he was that great, but I figured, whatever, check out the hype. So I
kind of found his voice annoying, so I never really continued watching his video.
Well, what did he do? I mean, what did he do that was so abnormal? I mean, I heard he dropped some M-bombs, or at least one. But like, what was the context? Was it supposed to be funny, like a Michael Richards situation?
I think it was.
What happened?
I think he was raging at a whatever game he was playing or something, and he was probably talking with some other people he was. What am I trying to say? Video casting with.
If he was raging, that means it came from the heart.
YouTubing with, so and he dropped it. Right. But I didn't even get a chance to watch the video today on my way home because I had some other stuff go down. But yeah, that was pretty much it. He dropped the M-bomb and then apparently he apologized, but his apology was like half-assed, and because it's not the first time he's done it, so people are like all pissed about it. And now one of the developers for, I think, the game he was playing at the time is trying to sue him for like copyright issues because they were like, he's making money off of our game, but we're not obviously seeing anything from this. Which I don't know how I feel about that particular part of it, because I figured, hey, if he paid for the game, that's his.
Nah, that's just extra, because if they're gonna single him out, there's a whole lot of other people.
Exactly, that's probably more than half of YouTube's fucking people right there.
And if I remember correctly, he's the guy that made it onto a South Park cameo.
I think so. I think he did have a South Park cameo. He's I think at one point, if he still isn't, one of the highest paid YouTubers in the world. So like, that's pretty fucking impressive.
I mean, I guess. I mean, he's just a guy that plays video games. That
I know. I don't get it myself. Like, don't get me wrong. I can enjoy other people playing video games if it's something that I'm interested in, but to like sit there and pay that dude millions of dollars. Well, probably not millions of dollars, but pay him pretty goddamn well just for fucking that's pretty impressive.
I mean, it's whatever. I mean, impressive is not the word that I would use for it. I think it's honestly kind of stupid. I mean, I think he should get paid for like what he works. It's entertainment.
It is stupid, but it's impressive.
But see, I mean, this is what happens when you put somebody in a hot seat like that, you know, because he's just a normal person. He obviously doesn't take this, you know, in a professional manner. And if he does, I mean, it's possible that maybe he's doing that whole shock jock. You know, maybe his ratings were down or maybe he didn't give a fuck. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't watch it just because I never cared for him to begin with. So it literally changes nothing in my life.
Yeah.
And it's trending, you know, so he may have fans that drop off, but there's even more people tuning in just to see what he said. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like he does this like every 2 years, and I haven't even been looking at him until this happened.
Yeah.
So,
and he probably really doesn't even care personally.
Well, why would he? Because, like I said, he's going to end up making more money when this is all said and done.
Yeah, because YouTube obviously isn't going to drop him. So
no, they may block the episode.
Right. Even if they did, he would have other avenues because there's Twitch, there's Mixer, there's other things, other avenues that he can still put his face on a camera. Not to mention, I'm sure he sells a shit ton of merchandise and probably shows up at different conventions and stuff. So,
well, I mean, but from a business standpoint, though, like because YouTube rapes everybody on royalties, and this dude has made so much money for YouTube. There's no way. Mark my words. There's no way that they would ever just ban him from that. No. It's not going to happen. It's not like a Paula Deen incident.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And then, like you said earlier, they would have to single him out because I'm pretty sure and almost positive there's probably a million other YouTubers out there who have dropped the M-bomb. So, I mean,
I don't know. But at the end of the day, honestly, I don't really give a shit. Fuck that dude.
Yeah.
But there is some stuff, I mean, that I don't give a fuck about, but you guys may. Destiny recently dropped. I'm sure you guys probably would like to talk about that. I mean, I actually want to hear about it because, you know,
John, did you get this yet?
Shit, but I mean, please tell me.
I want to ask about it.
Well,
man,
I put in about 10 to 15 hours already, and you know, a lot of people that played the first one hate Destiny altogether. They hate what it is because I don't know what they think it is. If they think it's a Call of Duty or they think it's it's just a regular shooter, but it's also an RPG. And when you do that,
yeah.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I hate it because sorry. Go ahead, finish. I was just gonna say I hated it because they fucked a lot of people over with the first game. That for a multitude of reasons, but go ahead and.
Well, what do you mean?
Like the whole. Well, first of all, it's giving us an incomplete game, and not really being open about why the game was coming out incomplete in the first place.
Well, but you know as well as I do, though, that wasn't really their fault. I mean, they were put between a rock and a hard place.
No, but I still feel like in the interest of caring about your actual product and the final product, something could have been said or done to at least have us more understanding instead of expecting like this full game with this humongous story. So, but that's just my personal.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you though, and like the reason for that is like I just try to always put myself in the perspective, or in the same situation. You know, if I was, who was it that made Destiny again? Fuck, I forgot actually. Okay, so like I put myself in their position. It's like if I'm getting ready to release this game and I've hyped it up and I've had years in the making and we've released videos and we have a decent as fuck storyline and everything's going flawlessly, and last minute, you know what I'm saying, a ton of people pull out due to politics, money, what they can and can't say and use with the story, last minute. It's like you can't stop that freight train. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going. Now they could have pushed out and made excuses, everything under the sun as to why it wasn't good, but I think we would have ended up getting like a kind of a No Man's Sky situation had they have done that. I think long term they delivered, just because a lot of fans of Destiny were really happy with it, and even me, I remember jumping on the beta. I chose not to get the game because everybody knows FPS is just not really my thing. However, as much shit as I give it, I actually really did like the beta. Like I had a lot of fun playing the beta, and jumped on with a few friends a couple times. And I mean, it was nice. It just wasn't a game for me, again, because of FPS, but I didn't have anything to say about it. I mean, a couple like Halo jokes, but at the end of the day, it was a breath of fresh air, I think.
Well, yeah, if you're not used to playing something like that, I would assume so.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't down them completely. You know what I mean? Like, I get why they did it. You know, that'd be like if we hyped up a bunch of people for a podcast, you know, for a show that we expected, you know, Virgie to be on, and for whatever reason, she's like, you know what? I can't do it last minute, blah, blah, blah. We can't just, you know, pull the plug the day before the recording. You know, like, hey, guys, I know you guys are really excited, but here's a bunch of excuses. You know, you got to deliver, you got to follow through for better or worse. But
no, I mean, I understand that, but I think with them being a large company like they are, my thing is I would have preferred, personally, I would have preferred them say, hey, you know, such and such happened. We lost one of our main writers, blah, blah, blah. Give us some time to finish out the story. Fine, I'll wait. But obviously that couldn't have happened if, you know, like you said, it was a freight train. You couldn't really stop it. So in that case, I would have been okay with them saying, hey, we lost our main writer. Our story's kind of incomplete right now, but we still want to release this game and give you guys more stuff, you know, as time goes on. Because originally it was supposed to be a 10-year project.
Yeah, which is great. But I mean, at the end of the day, when all this happened, it was pretty last minute. And taking your feelings to the situation out the equation from a business standpoint, they would have potentially lost all the money that was invested as far as games that were in reserve, because they make millions off of just what's, you know, being bought early. Also, you know, potential sponsorships and just literal like straightforward investments, you know, because I mean, if they had anybody pull out, I mean, that could have been enough to shut everything down, considering how much money that was already put and invested into the game. You know, so I mean, I think that they were just guaranteeing their return. Like, I can't get mad about the way that they handled it, but I can get mad at Street Fighter, for instance. Street Fighter released, what was it, Street Fighter 5, like a year and a half ago, whenever it was. And they gave you a game with like fucking 8 characters and no story mode. I couldn't believe that I spent $60 on something where most demo games have more content and information. And then they released parts of what would have been a full, very basic, like bare bone game, and had the audacity to act as if it was like an expansion. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You
well,
know?
I mean, even with the first Destiny, the first one that came out, like before any DLC, whatever, most people were beating that game within like the story within the first day or the first 2 days. Only reason it took me longer is because I was on the road and my Xbox spent more time in the fucking suitcase than it did connected to a TV. But
it was trash.
So it's just like, you know, they were toting this humongous story about this game and ended up falling flat. Now the gameplay, don't get me wrong, the gameplay was fun. I enjoyed grinding in that game. Like, as first person shooters go, I think it was really good. It's just, you know, after so many different things were said and then they kept going back on shit. Like, one thing, for instance, that really killed it for me was when they said that if you pre-order the game or whatever, or if you buy it before a certain date, because this is when the consoles were switching over to like the new generation. If you buy the game on the first console and then you upgrade to another console, you'll be able to download the game for free. But then they changed their wording on it like 2 weeks later and said you could only download it for free on the new console if you've gotten the digital version on the 360. So like, but for people who went and spent the extra money to get the collector's editions and stuff like that, they were pretty much ass out. So when they had to switch over to their Xbox One, they had to spend even more money buying another game, the same game, just to play it on the new console. So it was things like that kind of killed it for me with the game. But I'm not gonna lie, the game was fun. I was just burnt after that, because I was like, why did I have to spend all this money on an incomplete game? And then it took fucking forever for the DLCs to come out. And once they got them rolling, they were doing good. But
even the stories for the DLC was trash. They had a great opportunity for the Taken King.
Yeah.
To make it a good story, and for some reason they didn't put no effort into it. It felt like, I mean, it was still fun for a first-person shooter, but it wasn't a good story by any means.
All right, well, enough about the past. Let's talk about the future. Steven, let's talk about what we like about this new game. I really want to know. I mean, because I saw at E3 everything that they were working on. I've been progressively looking at all the trailers that were coming out, and it looked like pretty fucking legit. So do you feel that now that they had the opportunity and the fan base that they have delivered?
Yeah, legit, too legit. First off, the story mode. The story mode was fucking awesome. I finished it in a day and a half. It's a handful of missions, but it's pretty much like a movie. It's pretty much like just one good movie. The main character, the only way I can describe him is like Bane in Batman.
Okay.
Christian Bale Batman. He
go on.
His methods and everything that he does makes sense because he wants the light, and the light is pretty much everywhere. It's kind of like the Force. To explain it, Tino.
Okay.
And instead of trying to just, everyone else in the universe is trying to just take it out and destroy it, he's trying to own it. He wants the light to choose him, and when the light chooses you, it gives you power. So he's trying to become immortal, pretty much.
So, I mean, what about like simple shit? Like graphically, did it feel like it was like a more enhanced game, or did it feel like it's something that could have been, possibly just been another expansion and they just capitalize on the fact that it's a new game? Like, what I'm saying?
The first thing I do is when I see a game and I want to know how good the graphics are, I go to the grass and bushes. You look at the grass and bushes, you see how they move, you see how they look. This one is definitely for the newer gen systems, which the last Destiny wasn't. It was for like PS3 and Xbox 360 and shit like that.
So it's safe to say that if this is cleaned up on PS4, then it's probably going to look fucking amazing on PC with the right setup.
Yeah. I was going to do the beta on PC, but I missed it. But I hear that a lot of people are liking it on there.
Okay, and then what about like weapons choices? Because I heard that that's actually what's getting the most hype in the game is that like the weapons in this one are just so much more fun to play.
Well, anyone that plays Destiny now, chances are you played it for like 200 hours. And the thing that people are liking about Destiny 2 is that it's fresh. So you got a primary slot, a special slot, and a power slot. Now, this power slot, you can have a rocket launcher, you can have a sword, you can have a couple of other power weapons, but what people are getting upset is you got sniper and shotgun in your power slot. Now some people don't like that because people like to sit and snipe, or people like to run around with a shotgun. But they made it like a big deal. Like if you have a shotgun, your speed is reduced. But if you hit someone with this shotgun at close range, it's going to do a lot of damage. And that sniper rifle, if you're sitting somewhere and you get like 4 or 5 headshots off of someone in a PvP or PvE, it's going to count. So I like that they did that. You can't just run around with a shotgun anymore. If you do, you're gonna be the top guy for how many shots you have. But then after that, you're just a regular dude, which I like.
There's a lot of sci-fi weapons in this one, like a lot of enhanced, sci-fi shit, right? Like just off the wall stuff.
Yeah. You got your fusion rifles, which is pretty much an energy blast of like 6 or 5 shots all at once.
Okay, and that sounds great, but is there anything that could and hear me out? Is there anything that could potentially reverse the effects of a hurricane?
Prayer, I believe.
No, we already talked about
that. Doesn't work.
Jesus doesn't have enough mana. His cast time is too slow. Oh, that's worth it. I don't even feel bad.
Good. That was pretty good. Everyone's safe now.
I hope they're all okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
But that's fucking funny. So overall, you're saying Destiny, I mean, if you enjoy FPS games and enjoyed the first one, it's definitely a game to buy, and John absolutely needs to get on that right away.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If you didn't play the first Destiny, this one's going to take care of you right off the bat. Infusions work. You need, you're not going to know this, but John will. If you got a hand cannon and you want to improve it, you need another hand cannon in the same slot. So you need a primary hand cannon, not a special hand cannon, but a primary. And that's the only way you can infuse it. You can't just use any old weapon to get your light level up. So the grind is actually longer, but it's more rewarding.
Do you think they're going to fuck around and start changing out how you're rewarded for doing certain things? Like, because you remember how the first one, like they had a preset. Basically, perks and stuff that you get for grinding certain missions or grinding for a certain amount of time. But then, like, the next major DLC after that, they basically threw all those ideas out the window and came up with like this new grind system and stuff. Like, I don't even remember the proper terms for it anymore because it's been so long. But I mean, do you think it's something that they're going to change in the future to where all that work you put in is basically useless again? Or does it seem like a solid platform that they're going to try to build on to where, you know, it stays kind of the same, but they enhance it over time?
I'd rather them enhance it other than get rid of it because of all the progress I did. And
yeah, which, no, I agree, because that's another thing that kind of pissed me off. But yeah, like I said, I enjoy grinding in the game. I played the beta as well. The beta was good. It looked as pretty as the first one did, but even slightly better now.
Do they have and I don't mean to interrupt, but before I forget, do they have like a difficulty mode for women? Because Gia hasn't gotten it yet, and I don't want her to get overly excited once she gets a chance to play and, you know, completely get stomped out.
She's going to need a lot of help. She wasn't very good in the first one. Hopefully she's better in this one.
Well, it's not her fault. I mean, women have smaller brains, and
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. She has a big head, though. I don't know if that's true for her.
Well, if the big head probably goes hand in hand with those large linebacker shoulders she has.
But
she's gonna be mad when she hears this.
But the raid is when you hear this, the raid is out right now, which you have to be at least 260 to 280. And what they told us, because they didn't tell us the first time, after you hit 260, there's only a couple things that can get your light level past that, which are flashpoints, nightfalls, call to arms, raids, trials, and clan rewards. Now, John, do you know about the clans?
I had seen somebody talking about it earlier in a different group, but yeah. So basically, you can join clans now, and that helps your light levels.
Yeah, it's pretty much you join a clan, and then that clan is it goes up by levels. So the max that someone can do for their clan would be 5,000 XP.
So if everybody maxed out at 5,000 XP, that would increase your light level pretty nicely.
Yeah, so your clan, say your clan rewards, it'll go up to level 2 at 10,000. The max I can do is 5,000, and the max you can do is 5,000. So then we'd be at level 2.
So the more people you have in your clan, the better.
Yeah, pretty much.
As long as they're actually putting in the work.
Yeah. So the more people, the better that are putting in work, and you get them for raids and public events and shit like that. You can't do like public events and level up that way. You got to like spread it out too.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's pretty cool. But I'm excited to do that raid. I'm a grind tonight if I don't pass out from my death illness.
I hope you do.
Yeah, I still think I'm gonna wait just for other reasons, but I do still want to play it. At the end of the day, I do
still like it. You'll get your money's worth.
Want to play it
better than that shitty Battlefield you play.
We're not gonna talk about that. But anyway, yeah. So
fucking bitch.
I'm hoping that there's probably gonna be some more DLC. Like I want the DLC to add to the story, but I know it won't just because nobody really cares about storylines anymore in video games. Or first,
I do. That's why I don't play FPS games.
It's not as prevalent, but so
that's probably why the story was so good, because I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it to be that good. I didn't expect it to have like a good ending, a great beginning.
Well, I'm also hoping that, because I did have like that slight, you know how you have that slight bit of anxiety when everybody's about to buy a game and you want the game, but you can't get it. So you're like, you want to be one of the first people that can play it,
right?
But you're not going to be able to. Like I almost went out and bought it just because of that anxiety. But after like, what was it? After it released, then I started seeing everybody else on it. I was like, all right, cool. I'm kind of over it now. I can wait. So I'm hoping once I do buy it, I'll kind of have like the that whole excitement factor is kind of the level is a little bit less, so that way I can actually be a little bit more critical about my my review of the game once I actually do play it. I'm not just like, oh man, this is fucking, awesome game and blah, blah, blah. It's so fresh and new.
You're a very emotional gamer. I like it. All right. Twitter at Body Snatchers PC, Instagram, Body Snatchers Podcast, and Facebook.com/Body Snatchers Podcast.
We're on Stitcher now, too, for those that fuck with Stitcher. Stitcher's actually pretty dope. I checked out the app recently. I'm a fan.
I've been using Stitcher for years now.
I think Google Play just accepted us as well, too.
I don't know anything about Google Play. My iPhone doesn't get that.
Yeah, well, after today's iPhone release, I'm not too excited. Maybe switching back to Android, but that's another story. Let's talk about it.
All right, it. We can call it Chapter 1, right? Because it's supposed to have 2 movies.
I would assume so.
Yeah, the original was 2 movies. It was like made for TV, but it was still 2 different sections, volume 1 and 2 or whatever. They were each about 2 hours, give or take, a piece. So it was like a long ass movie.
Long as fuck.
If you ever watch it back to back, which is pretty simple though. I mean, the first half they're kids, and the second half, they come back as adults. I mean, and I think that makes it fun. That's a nice twist to a movie.
As a horror movie, this movie's already done phenomenal numbers. It did 198 million worldwide. With people praising it, critics praising it, book nerds praising it for its faithfulness to the novel.
Well, dude, it was just
plus riding that nostalgia train too.
Well, and that's not always a good thing though, because all the time they remake movies that just aren't that great when they touch them. It's like you should have just left the shit alone. But
right.
I mean, with the way horror movies are, because as a little kid, I absolutely loved 80s horror films, 90s horror films, and I'm not talking about just the grungy shit. I mean, I liked those grindcore aggressive ones. Fuck all that, dude. I mean, I fucked with them, but there was a lot of stuff that was out. Like Warlock was a well thought out original movie we'll never see again. Critters was a really fun movie that we'll never see again. I mean, there's a lot of shit that you guys probably forgot about over the years that are just some of the best movies that were ever made. Obviously, like A Nightmare on Elm Street came out and they had its run. The reboot was terrible. Even with the guy that played Rorschach from what the hell was the Watchmen. Still a bad movie, So I went into this honestly with kind of low expectations because I really thought they were going to butcher it, and I couldn't have been more wrong.
Usually with horror movies, you're gonna get an average to bad movie. That's just the formula with it.
Well, and that's the way it is nowadays. There's so many movies that they make now that I may kind of like the first one, but then when they try to add on to it or whatever, it just progressively gets worse. And what really annoys me with all modern, scary horror films nowadays is they don't put a lot of thought into the story. You get a really half-assed plot where they never give you any answers. Like Insidious, for instance. The first one, awesome movie.
Amazing.
But they have tons of unanswered questions, and you think that with 3 or 4 films in the franchise they would answer any of those, but they don't. They jump around to other stuff, and it's really aggravating as somebody who really enjoys a story and lore. And instead, they capitalize on putting somebody into a scary situation, where the camera gets really close to their face, and you feel like you're there, and then some scary shit jumps out at you, and yeah. I mean, it's an important part of horror movies, but it feels like everybody's just trying to one-up another with how jumpy can we make people, as opposed to doing some of that, but actually focusing on character development, plot development, telling a fucking story. So to see it, even knowing how the movie went, I was so interested. I was just on the edge of my seat the entire time. And in fact, I kind of kicked myself because when the movie started, I wasn't paying super close attention because I kind of had this nonchalant, okay, I know how this goes. And then some shit happened and I got so into it so fast. I instantly switched my whole mindset and just was looking around. Anybody who dared to, speak a word, I just wanted to deck in the face. I was like, shut up, let me enjoy this film. It's fantastic. But nobody else felt that way?
I had a terrible time at the movies. I told you guys about it.
I was more irritated because I just had people talking to me the whole fucking movie, but outside of that, it was pretty. I enjoyed it, especially for somebody who doesn't normally care for horror movies like that. It was still pretty good. The story.
Yeah, anyone who's making a film needs to learn from this movie because, like I said, there's always a risk when you go and see horror movies. Because I'd say about 70% of the time they're complete trash with no-name actors with nothing but jump horror. Like you said, jump horror being loud, sudden noises where the cat's jumping on you, or it's knocking over a glass, or it jumps on the piano. A good horror movie needs to It needs to make you feel sad and vulnerable. Like what's that movie? Insidious, like you said. That movie genuinely made you feel sad.
Yeah, it took you to the feels, but again, no answered questions. It was like, the only way I can describe it in a movie that's not a horror movie that pops into my head right now is like Hancock. Will Smith, great actor. Hancock, great idea. The problem with Hancock is they don't really give you a story. You know what I mean? They gave you a guy who has superpowers, and then some white lady appears out of nowhere. We find out they were lovers from a long time ago, and when they're together, they have no powers, and that's how the others, and they say that very casually. There used to be other people like us. There's other people that used to be together, and that's how they died. And when they're far apart, they have great superpowers. And they don't explain like why or how or what was their purpose or what did they fight or how did the other people die. And it just leaves you very angry. And that's how a lot of these horror movies are, like they give you something where like, oh, that's fucking cool. Tell me more. Is that a demon? What's he want? Why? And they're like, no, you don't get to hear that. Okay.
None of your business.
Okay, well, the boy's got astral projection abilities? How come? What, his dad did it as a child? What? Tell us more. Nah. Okay. Well, yeah, and that's just how it is. But if you guys don't mind, I actually wanted to kind of take a run and go through a handful of the characters and just highlight some of the things that stood out to me, and maybe see if you're in agreement with me or if you feel otherwise. I'm just curious. So, that cool with you guys?
Go ahead, run it.
All right, man, because I'm a pretty big It fan, but I'm going to try to calm my fanboy down this a little bit.
Did you read the book?
I attempted to when I was younger. I never finished it. I'll be 100% honest. I made it a little more than halfway through. I was a kid. It was a big, stupid-ass book, and I guess like my attention span was kind of short because I had already seen the movie. So just being honest. But
no, it's like 1,400 pages long.
Man, and I really try just because like I had a lot of friends at the time who were really getting into Stephen King books specifically, and I figured it would be the easiest transition for me, and I was wrong. But I have fucked around with a bunch of his other books that have turned into less well-known movies, like Dreamcatcher, for instance. But I mean, that's whatever. So kind of moving on though to the actual actors and shit. The first thing, like I said earlier that there was something that happened that like I was kind of watching it nonchalantly and then totally switched my attitude towards it. So Bill and Georgie are brothers, and they're in the original film, and that's the famous scene where you see it in the sewer, and he says, we all float down here. The little boy, very little boy in a raincoat, right? Mm-hmm. So. Like, I mean, that scene scared the shit out of me as a kid, and I don't think it's as scary for adults, like, watching it now. The movie in its entirety, just to let everybody know, is not super scary. So if you scare easy, this is not one of those films, but it is scary to its own right. But anyways, so Georgie, fucking, he's got the yellow raincoat on. He's outside. He's running down to the sewer, chasing the boat like we've seen. It goes in. We see... the guy playing it pop out, and he's talking about cotton candy and popcorn and all types of shit. And he ultimately, we all know, he ends up, killing Georgie. He says we all float down here. Now, in the original with Tim Curry, who did a fantastic job as it, by the way, like Tim Curry nailed that role. I honestly didn't think that they'd be able to measure up, but they did. If you like Tim Curry, I think that you'll appreciate what the actor did in this movie. But he grabs Georgie, and in the original movie, like he kind of pulls him in, and you see like the clown's mouth, like his teeth come out, like these scary, demonic, monstrous teeth, and he's coming towards Georgie's face, and then the scene cuts out. And in this one, they do that, and then they rip this motherfucker's arm off, bro. Like this fucking little kid. Like, you never see kids get attacked like that in the movie. Sometimes they get thrown back or maybe hit in the head or something in like a climactic scene. But you don't see a kid of like, probably 5 years old, maybe 6 at the oldest, get his whole fucking arm ripped off.
No, it was terrible. He was crawling away. He was bleeding. The water was taking in blood.
Yes, and he tried to get away, and then the fucking clown reaches, through and fucking grabs his ass and drags him all the way down into the sewer. And dude, I saw that and like was like, okay, we got ourselves a good movie. They took it to an area that never gets traveled, which is crazy to me because every fucking scary movie tries to use children to scare you, and they never fucking kill kids. And I'm not saying I promote like the death of children or anything, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you're making a scary movie, you would think that once in a while these fucking monstrosities that torment kids would fucking kill them, and they'd show it. You show adults get stabbed. It's not the 90s where we want to see a hot cheerleader run away and overly act and fall down. Fuck that, dude. dude. I want to see little kids, get cut up, because if you're going to scare kids, give them something to be scared of. And that actually kind of scared me, but I liked it. So whatever, I'm into it. But how'd you guys feel about that scene specifically?
As a parent, it was rough. I tell you that. I didn't think they were going to show us everything. I thought it was just going to black out like the movie before it.
I enjoyed it.
Right. Well, and that's what got me, because he reached almost the exact same scene down to a T where he was reaching forward with his mouth or whatever. So I'm like, okay, it's blacking out. I legit looked down and was like, I'll be a fat ass eating popcorn or something. And then I see the light flash again. So I look up real quick and I just see him jump back with no arm and blood spraying everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, this is fucking amazing. Sorry, not sorry.
So do you guys ever think why he targets only children?
Yeah, I mean, they're easier to scare. So, I mean, if you read part of the book or read the book or saw the first movie, I mean, that one's kind of...
Right. So if he doesn't scare you, he can't hurt you, he can't touch you, which is why it's...
Well, that's not... He feeds off of it, he's nowhere near as strong. Obviously, once they weren't afraid of him, they were able to overpower him, like he was still doing work, but that's towards the end. I don't want to give away everything in the movie. Now this dude Jaden, I think LeBearer might be his last name. I don't know how to pronounce it. I sound like John pronouncing last names right now. But
got him.
That's the guy that played Bill, who's like the lead male role for the movie. And Bill was, for those of you who hadn't seen the original, Bill was like the main character as well. Georgie's older brother, like I said earlier. And I think he did a really good job. And I actually had forgotten, because it's been so long since I seen the last movie, probably a good at least 5 years, that he has a big stuttering issue. So as soon as he got all worked up and his anxiety comes in, he starts fucking stuttering like crazy. And I thought they nailed that role. I thought he did a great job.
I liked it. He was pretty good. Usually in horror movies, I can see flaws in actors because it's probably like one of their first movies. But
well, and that's why I wanted to go out of my way, because I never usually want to talk about outside of like the main protagonist or something. I don't usually want to dive too much into it. But see, what was cool about this movie is not only were they kids, like you said, where you usually don't expect much from an acting perspective, but they did a lot. There's so few films that can take a ton of characters and still make it interesting in an hour and a half, 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
And in this, the chemistry felt real. It took me back. I could remember sitting with my friends, whether it be grade school or junior high, and, the jokes that they made about, fuck this or fuck that, or I'm going to fuck your mom, shut up. You know what I mean? It didn't feel staged. It was funny, but it was believable.
Yeah. Whoever wrote the script for that, they did a really good job at making it flow really well and sounding believable.
It felt natural. They just told the kids, dude, fucking, we're going to give you guys a bunch of money and film you guys fucking around, but pretend these things are in mind. It felt just awesome. I was so happy with it.
I wonder if they did the same thing like they did with Superbad, where they had the main characters just kind of hang out outside of work. They didn't just go to their trailer or go home or whatever in between scenes or even before filming started. They actually had them guys hang out. They would go to different things together and just build up that chemistry so it plays well on camera as well as, off camera. It seems a lot more genuine.
Oh, yeah, with fucking Jonah Hill and Michael Cera and all them. And it's funny you say that, because that's actually one of my favorite movies. And I always felt like it was because of that reason, just because
it was. They,
allowed to be themselves and develop natural and real friendships, where it got to the point to when they're on camera, it didn't feel so, awkward.
Right.
And you can tell. You can fucking tell. Now, another thing, you guys did realize that kid, Finn Wolfhard or whatever,
Richie?
He played Richie, but you guys know that was Mike from Stranger Things, right?
Mm-hmm. I've never seen Stranger Things.
Holy shit.
And you give him shit about not seeing Game of Thrones.
Wow. Stranger Things has got to be one of the best, it's going to be a cult classic. It's got to be one of the best things that I've ever seen. And you realize you have I think 45 days.
I'll be ready for season 2. What is it, 8 episodes?
I think it was 9 or 10. So it was something like that. And dare I say this, it's better than Defenders.
Really?
I wouldn't compare it to Defenders, but I enjoyed Stranger Things more than Defenders.
Well, why not? I think it's fair. It's got a cult following. It's on Netflix. It's definitely a nerd classic. They make a ton of references. I mean, it's its own speed, but it delivers. Every episode keeps you on edge, immediately wanting to hit play. Like Defenders is like, oh, this is good. This is action. When you watch Stranger Things, Steven, you will not be able to stop. You're gonna hate yourself for like wanting to go to bed or whatever the fuck you got to do, go to work or whatever. I promise you.
Is there any titties?
Actually, yeah, there's some.
Oh, yeah.
But it's mostly...
I'll get on it. I'll be around for season 2.
Well, it's mostly about kids, though, so that makes you a pervert. But you need to hurry up and get on that so we can discuss that, because I would really like to have a rundown when we do Stranger Things, because that's going to be a huge show. I can tell you that right now. I cannot wait. I actually have that shit saved in my phone for the last 6 months, waiting for the day for it to happen. So, yeah, that's a thing. But yeah, so he's in there and he did a great job. So I was going to make references to, you know, his acting in Stranger Things versus what he did now, because I thought he did even better. In fact, he did so good. And keep in mind, I had no issues in Stranger Things, but it took me a couple of minutes to realize that was Mike. Like, I was just like kind of on the fence, you know. Maybe he got a little older, or maybe it's because he was playing a different character, but the kid is good. You know, it's basically where I was going at with it.
He had a lot of great one-liners.
And then, yeah, oh, definitely, dude, definitely.
Unexpectedly, too. Like, when they went in the house, he's like, you guys are lucky we weren't measuring dicks.
Oh, man.
And then the fucking chick that played, what was her name? Sophia Lillies, I think was her name. She played Beverly. Tell me that chick didn't remind you guys of Molly Ringwald. And don't tell me I'm the only person who's cultured enough where I've seen like 16 Candles in the Breakfast Club, because I will fucking unfriend you on Facebook right now.
I've seen some of The Breakfast Club.
You haven't watched The Breakfast Club? That's a fucking another classic. Oh. You know, this explains why we have such poor chemistry on this fucking show, is because you guys have no background in anything. And I'm mad.
I don't believe in classics. I believe in the future.
Dude, Emilio Estevez is in that. Fucking, that was before Mighty Ducks.
Never seen Mighty Ducks.
Oh.
Steven.
We're learning so much.
I'm about to have a fucking aneurysm.
Well,
I've seen some of Mighty Ducks 3.
Anyway, continue.
Wasn't impressed. I'll wait for the reboot.
I'm about to blow a hole through your chest like One Punch Man next time I see you. I swear to God. Wow. What a piece of shit. So, okay. Now, let's talk about the token black guy in the movie, Mike, who actually looked like a young Muhammad Ali, which was kind of weird. But that dude was badass. I actually really enjoyed his character. How'd you guys feel about him?
I like it. I'm glad he had a gun.
He did have a gun. But yeah, I mean, the end of the movie is really cool when he's oh fuck, I don't want to like ruin like that scene, but there's a climactic scene where some shit goes down and Mike is, can I say Mike is that nigga? Is that racist with everything that's going on in the world right now? No,
you're black. You can do whatever you want.
Oh yeah, I'm black and John approves, so we're good. Yeah, that dude Mike was that nigga. Oh my God. Like, I was like, yes, get him, Mike. God, motherfucker. So I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but I'm telling you, it's worth the time. That's something towards the end of the movie, so I'll leave that, but you'll feel good when you see that. Who else? What about that fat kid? What was the fat kid's name?
Jeremy
is, I think, the actor's name. I think he's Ben in the movie.
His name in the movie was Ben Hanscom.
Yeah. That dude, I really liked his character. Like, I mean, fuck all the love story bullshit. I mean, it was done well, you know, but fuck all that. That's not what got me interested in him. What got me interested was is that like he was the new kid in town. And when they all went over to his house for the very first time, he had like all that information that he had collected about the disappearances in the town, you know, over like the last like couple hundred years, and the town's founding fathers and all this information. Like that shit was interesting as fuck. They legit, I think it was like a 5 or 10 minute scene, and they could have talked for 45 minutes to an hour, and I would have been on the edge of my seat the whole time. It was like all the shit they were making up that he was supposedly like discovering, you know, with research at the library and all that was just like perfect, like really interesting, done very well.
Yeah, I'm really glad they didn't just kind of go in his room and overlook all that stuff. They did that scene pretty well.
And that scene in the library where that horror scene, they did that pretty well.
Oh yeah, the way the fucking clown was moving around was terrifying.
Well, when that kid was coming down the stairs, they didn't do it to where he turned around and there it was, and then he's running. He was literally looking. The camera stayed there, and then he was coming down holding the eggs, and he was dropping them. And then that,
Yeah, he didn't run to like the last minute. I was pretty impressed.
yeah, but
fuck that.
but like that's a correct way to do it. You don't have to jump people to scare them. You can do something like that, and just because they're not fucking jumping in their seat doesn't mean they're not scared.
Well, and that's what I keep saying, because it's not that the movie wasn't scary, because it was in its own right, but they didn't define the movie on how high we can get you to jump out of your seat. It's fucking annoying. It was entertaining. You didn't want to look away is what made it good. I hate scary movies where, you're like, some shit's coming up and you're so tired of jumping unnecessarily just because the screen flashes. Sometimes it's not even scary. It's just like, I don't want you to fucking flash the lights and scream really loud at the same time. Just fucking tell me what's going on. Let me be scared because if I was in that position, I feel scared. That's how you want to be in a scary movie. Just my take.
I don't want to jump when a fucking raccoon knocks down a trash can. I hate that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because, now you're not scaring me. You're just testing my reflexes, which I think are pretty good. Now,
Totally would have got away from that raccoon.
the fucking dude that played it, how do you guys feel? His name was Bill Skarsgård. I think his forehead was a little bit too big. Not the actual actor himself, just the way the design was. That's my only complaint. But as far as him living up to what Tim Curry demonstrated and having that fear factor, dude, he sold me instantly. He kind of looked a little bit like Ian Gallagher from Shameless, or who is that? The same actor that played Joker on Gotham is kind of what he looks like. So I thought it was him at first, but nope. Dude's name is Bill Skarsgård, and I hope he has many more movies to come. If he can keep up with the consistency that he did as it, in my opinion. How'd you guys feel?
I liked it. I'm a big fan of his brothers already from Tarzan and True Blood. With that first scene in the sewer, he did it. It was terrifying, and you can tell that he was trying to trick Georgie. And in the beginning,
dude, when he said specifically there, when he was like, "I got popcorn, pop."
Right,
pop,
and I started getting a little pissed because when he was doing that, I thought, all right, this is getting corny. He's a little bit too happy and he's kind of retarded. And then whenever he had the boat and he's like, take it, his face changed and everything. Like, they didn't have to put no music behind him. They didn't have to put no filters on the screen. It was just all him whenever he got that look on his face. I thought that was impressive. I was sold then.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for him to start talking just to see how he was going to actually act it and what his mannerisms were going to be like. But once we actually saw him doing his thing and talking, like, I was on board with it. So I definitely enjoyed his portrayal of the character.
And Nicholas Hamilton is the guy that played Henry Bowers, the fucking troubled psychopath youth that was running around town casually fucking niggas up. How'd you guys feel about him? Because he stuck true to the what the original Henry was from the first movie, so I wasn't surprised. In fact, you know what I thought was kind of weird is, as a kid watching it and seeing the town bully do what he did, like, I was obviously terrified because I was appropriately like the age closer to the age group of the kids that were getting terrorized. And the first half of the movie, before he kind of took shit too far, I was actually rooting for the bully. I'm like, dude, yeah, get his ass, fuck him. What's that kid's name? Call him Fat Tits. Fuck that fatty over there. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's fucked up, but it was killing me. It was so funny. But then you see, where he goes from just being bullies with his friends to where he starts to take shit to another level, a level that, if you were rooting for him like I was, even though you knew the story, where it starts to make you very uncomfortable very fast. And I really enjoyed that. I think the actor made it believable. It's where you really want to hate the character. If I did, I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I mean, I got to the points where, like, it was so funny. Like, it was like night and day. I went from rooting for him, liking him, being a bully, to just being like, oh my God, will somebody fucking kill this guy? What the fuck, man? Like, he needs to chill out.
Well, that's why you don't spank your kids. I'm telling you that.
Fucking 2017 shit. That's what happens.
He was a fucking psychopath.
He was.
I mean, he was just a regular bully when he was at school, cool, nonchalant. But I forget what scene it was where he got on top of one of these guys.
The fat kid, dude. He fucking pulls the knife out and starts carving.
He was going nuts.
An H for Henry into his body with a fucking little switchblade, actually a big ass switchblade that he pulled out. And what was even more astonishing, just like in the original movie, is his friends are like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, shut up, man. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm the ringleader. And they just kind of go along with it and continue to go along with it, which, I mean, does raise questions about their friends. But I think even more so than that, and I always question this in the, from what I read out of the book, from what I can remember, because I mean, and I could be wrong, it was a long time ago. And again, I did not finish it. I only made it about halfway. But I did watch the first movie several times, so it was pretty much the same thing, at least in comparison to that. It always annoyed me that, like, when this shit went down, including this movie, that the fucking kids, like, they got away, awesome. But, like, at no point were they like, all right, guys, we got to go to the police, because, like, the fucking kid's dad was the town, like, sheriff. So I'm sure it would have been pretty effective as far as him shutting the shit down to some degree. Yeah. Or maybe not, because, the dad being obviously overly aggressive and abusing his son is why he was acting out the way that he was and had such a mental disorder. But either way, you would think that they tell their parents or something, but they don't. They never do. Like, that's crazy.
If I knew that his dad beat the fuck out of him on, like, a daily basis, I would trick. I would trick immediately.
It is.
I'd make that next ass whooping 10 times worse.
I would have too, dude. I would have been... Oh, yeah. I would have busted his dad's cop car window and, like, spray painted his own name on there, staged it, everything. Fuck that.
Henry was here.
Fuck you, Dad. Yeah.
He's just a piece of shit, man. And then I think the only character that I may have forgotten to mention was Eddie, which was played by Jack Dillon. And that was the kid who... I believe he was the Jewish-ish kid. He had the inhaler, and his mom was like overreacting about everything that was happening to him with the placebos and all that shit. I really liked that kid, and I liked that character in the original movie as well too, because I fucking before I outgrew it, I used to have asthma, so it was just like relatable to me. And the reason it's relatable is because we have the inhaler, and I'm like, okay, whatever, it's some loser shit. You get over it as a kid, but. When they fight it, they didn't do it in this movie. I was really hoping they would, and they didn't. He has an inhaler, but in the first movie, there's a scene where they're fighting it, and he takes the inhaler, and they always used to joke that it was battery acid, and he looks it like dead in the face, like as they're like beating him, with like their hands and rocks and sticks and all types of shit. They're beating his ass in the sewer at the end of the first movie. And he looks this fucking clown, Tim Curry, right in the eyes and goes, "Eat battery acid, asshole," and fucking grabs the inhaler and like sprays him in the face, and like the clown's face starts to melt. And it was just like the coolest fucking scene if you were somebody who, actually used an inhaler. You're like, oh yeah, get his ass, you little asthmatic bitch. I'm with you on that. Yes. And, I was really hoping low-key he was going to do it in this movie, but I guess maybe they wanted to keep some things unique, which I respect, but I was looking out for it, and I did not get that. So if you guys are looking forward to it like I was, I'm sorry.
Nah, I didn't remember that much detail from the original, but that would have been a cool scene to see.
It would have been, but I think it still held its own as far as doing some new shit, which I think the viewers, if they haven't seen it already, will really like.
So the next movie is going to be them 30 years later, right?
27 years.
Rounding up.
Yeah. And there's Steven, I don't know if you remember it or you obviously probably don't. John doesn't remember, doesn't care. But one of the actors, well, I shouldn't say actors, but one of the characters ends up not being able to cope with what happened since that day. And a lot of them actually are coping in their own ways, not very well. But one in particular ends up committing suicide. I won't say who. You can do the research if you want. But he ends up committing suicide. So they kind of kick off the second movie with the news of his suicide. So at least it's not the girl, since I said a he. That's the only clue I'm giving you. But I mean, overall, I think it was a dope ass movie. We don't usually cover stuff like this, but I felt that this would be an interesting topic just because this kind of falls in line with like a good cult classic. It's got a lot of nerd related stuff to it, in my opinion. I think a lot of nerd people will appreciate it. And also, it's fall season. We're not going to get an opportunity to talk too much about scary kind of fun things. So, I mean, this is one. And honestly, the only other thing we'll probably touch base on will be Stranger Things, which I cannot wait for. So I hope everybody's really excited for that in the future.